Hello everyone, how are you all? This is your host Devottam and you are listening to Better You Better Life, a self-improvement plan podcast, season 1 episode 27. So we have reached episode 27 starting from episode 1, and when I try to recollect what I have started and why I have started, I feel very confident talk about how to make peace with your past. For that I need not. In this episode we are trying to discuss about how to make peace with your past, isn't it? It's a very heavy concept. First of all, we will start with these questions like, does your past follows you? Then are you unable to move into your present because of your past? If yes, then how do you deal with it? These are some of the questions that bother me every time because of some of my actions in the past, and I'm sure it bothers you as well, because past doesn't stop haunting you that easily until you make peace with it. Well, I'm not making any judgment. Everybody has their own story. Let me share my understanding about what I feel about how to make peace with your own past. Our past experiences have the power to shape up our present, and hence it will decide the course of actions for future. Well, but we should not define us. Our past should not define us or hold us back from living fully at the present. Still we are unable to do it. Why? That is because we have not settled our scores in our past, and that is what it is still haunting us in our present situation. And if we don't work out on this, it will continue to hamper us in our future actions too. And honestly speaking, making peace with the past is a transformation process that allows us to let go of regrets, pain and resentment, enabling us to embrace the present with open hearts and minds. Or if I'm allowed to speak more specifically, you may wish to heal yourself by accepting what has happened in the past for which your present is getting ruined. It is our thoughts and actions that keep popping into our conscious and reminding us of those days. Let's take a small example. So, say when are you in your office and some topic comes up in the discussion about your schooling days or college days, you will always embrace those days, those situations, isn't it? You will feel that those were golden days or those were some golden times, but today we all are scattered and we don't hardly have any contact with those moments. That means what? Your present is not as good as your past, or it can happen the other way as well. Let us try to explore some of the practical ways to make peace with your past and start living in the process. In social media these days, you might observe there is a very term that is repeatedly discussed in various forums by experts, by spiritual leaders, by leadership coaches and everyone. It says healing. What is healing is all about? Let us try to break it down part by part. What I understand, healing is all about acceptance and self-reflection. It is 100% true fact that we have to acknowledge that the past cannot be changed, and that holding on to it only spoils or only hinders our personal growth and happiness. Remember, your happiness is in your control. We may reflect on our past experiences with compassion and understanding. We try to take out some positive learnings out of it, and then we should move on. Is it that easy? No, not at all. The bruises which we took for achieving what we are today is not so easy to heal up, but it is very understand that we can control it in order to prevent it from getting worse and worse. Recognizing the lessons learned and the resilience you have developed as a result. For that, you must appreciate yourself for what you are today. Acceptance is the first step towards freeing yourself from the grip of the past. So please, do not be harsh on yourself. People think that it is selfishness. Self-compassion is selfishness, but I see it is as a important aspect of the healing process. Be kind to yourself and practice self-compassion throughout the healing process. If you are not healed, then you will not understand others' perspective, or you will not be able to help others. So, my friends, forgive yourself for the past mistakes or regrets. understanding that you were doing the best you could with the knowledge and resources available at that time. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding you would offer to a dear friend. If you are not valuing yourself, then how can you expect that somebody else will value you, isn't it? The third aspect that which I'm going to discuss here is a release resentment and forgiveness. Let go of any grudges or any kind of regrets, any anger towards others who may have caused you the pain, and this is not at all easy. I see forgiveness as a skill that too needs some practice and patience, but the results yielded will be amazing. Holding on to grudges can only weigh you down with more mental load, which will hinder your creativity, your productivity, and your long visionness and your long-sightedness, which will hold you from growing and opening up yourself as an individual or unleashing the limitless potential within you. Choose forgiveness as a liberating act for yourself, not to condone past actions but to release the emotional burden and find some inner peace for yourself. So my friend, forgiveness is a powerful tool that allows you to break free from the past and open up space for healing and growth. The next part of my healing approach is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness, what I understand from different sources, is that it refers to being in the moment. For example, if you're taking a cup of tea, you are focusing on drinking tea. You will focus on the flavor of the tea. You will observe the color of the liquid. You will observe the structure of the cup. And when you sip it, you will feel the taste, and slowly you will feel how that juice, that liquid seeps on through your throat, ultimately going into the stomach. All these things which you're focusing will help you keeping yourself at bay from reminding yourself from those past actions. Well, that's an hypothetical example. It can be anything for any one of you. Embrace the practice of mindfulness to anchor yourself in the present moment. Always find a reference for being in the moment. Your mind will remain engaged. Slowly, this will turn into a beautiful habit and you won't even realize it. Focus on the sensations, emotions, and thoughts that arise in the here and now. Don't attend to your passing thoughts, rather observe them, don't try to hold them, and you will see they will vanish gradually. Cultivating awareness of the present experience without judging yourself and attachment to the past. Mindfulness is a very good activity that helps you develop a deeper connection with yourself and the present, enabling you to let go of your rumination and fully engage with your current life. Another part of this healing process is setting intentions for the present. Refocus, regather, redirect, whatever you say, your energy levels and focus towards the present by setting intentions for how you want to live your life now. Pen down your thoughts on a piece of paper. Clarify your values, aspirations and goals. Take small steps each day to align your actions with your intentions, isn't it? Then we will be able to embrace new experiences, nurture meaningful relationships and engage in activities that brings you joy and fulfillment. For example, talking to an old friend and settling past differences, resuming an old passion that you could not do in the past due to some reasons. It can be like learning guitar, start some creative writing, vlogging, or even podcasting like me. On a concluding note, making peace with the past is a transformative journey of self-compassion, acceptance, and forgiveness. Reflect on the past with compassion, practice self-forgiveness and release resentment towards others. By letting go of the past, you open yourself up to the richness and possibilities of the present. Embrace this current moment, cultivate lots of gratitude, and live each day with intention and purpose. You will see your healing process will be much better than you have expected. I pray to God that He provides you more power for your course of actions, not only in the present but for a delightful future. I hope you found this episode useful. It is of some value to you. In my next episode, I will try to bring out some other context in order to become better version of ourselves. Till then, enjoy your week. This is your host Devottam signing off.